You're on the brink of achieving something amazing, but there's something holding you back. Anxiety. It's like a sneaky enemy that makes you doubt yourself, gives you those nervous feelings, and tries to mess up your plans for success. But guess what? Anxiety, which usually feels like a big problem, can actually become a helpful friend as you work towards your goals. Anxiety is a basic human feeling that kicks in when we sense trouble or a challenge. It's like an alarm system built into us. When we think there's a danger, whether it's real or just in our minds, our body reacts by releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones set off a bunch of physical changes, like making your heart race, sharpening your focus, and keeping you on high alert. All of these responses are meant to help you deal with whatever you think is the problem. So you can think of anxiety as your body's way of saying, "Hey, pay attention, something important might be going on." It's like your internal warning system. Sometimes, this can be really useful because it prepares you to face challenges. However, when anxiety becomes too intense or frequent, it can be overwhelming and affect your daily life. So, while anxiety has a crucial role in keeping us safe, it's important to manage it when it becomes too much. Anxiety, originally meant to help us survive, can become a big problem if we don't handle it properly. When anxiety becomes too much or sticks around for a long time, it can cause all sorts of problems, both in our bodies and our minds. These problems include trouble sleeping, tight muscles, sudden and intense fear attacks, and feeling like life isn't as good as it could be. When we're trying to do really well at something, like being great at a job or a hobby, anxiety can sneak up on us. We get scared of failing, feel a lot of pressure to do well, and worry about meeting other people's expectations. This can make our anxiety worse and stop us from making progress. But here's the important thing to remember. Anxiety itself isn't the bad guy. It's our reaction to it that can cause trouble. If we learn to manage our anxiety and deal with it in healthy ways, we can actually use it to our advantage and keep moving forward toward our goals. So don't let anxiety hold you back. Learn how to handle it, and you can still achieve greatness. Anxiety, when used in a good way, can push you to achieve amazing things. It's that uncomfortable feeling, that worries about not doing well enough, that can actually motivate you to do better. When you feel anxious, it's like a signal telling you not to stay in one place, because that can make your anxiety worse. Imagine you're facing a big, scary challenge. Your heart beats fast, your hands get sweaty, and your mind is all over the place. But in that moment, anxiety can turn into a strong desire to succeed. It's like a burst of energy and determination that says, "I won't let this challenge beat me, I will overcome it." So don't think of anxiety as a bad thing all the time. Sometimes it can be the push you need to aim higher and achieve greatness. It's like a reminder that you're capable of more than you think, and it can motivate you to rise above your fears and challenges. Harnessing anxiety to achieve greatness requires developing skills and strategies to handle it effectively. Here are practical steps in simple words to turn anxiety into a helpful tool. First, get to know your anxiety triggers and when it usually happens. Understanding your anxiety is the first step to managing it. Try mindfulness techniques to stay focused on the present. Anxiety often comes from worrying about the future or thinking about past mistakes. Staying in the here and now can help reduce anxiety's power. Challenge the negative thoughts that make your anxiety worse. Replace them with positive thoughts and realistic self-talk. Instead of saying, "I'll never succeed," say, "I can learn and improve from every experience." Establish goals that are challenging but possible to achieve. Anxiety can motivate you when it's directed at specific goals. Break these goals into smaller steps to make them feel more manageable. Understand that failure is a natural part of any journey towards greatness. Instead of fearing it, think of failure as a teacher. Each time you don't succeed, you can learn important lessons that help you move forward. So by understanding your anxiety triggers, staying focused on the present, changing negative thoughts, setting achievable goals, and embracing failure as a teacher, you can use anxiety to your advantage on your path to greatness. Resilience, which means bouncing back from tough times, is a key trait of great people. Anxiety, or the feeling of worry or fear, can actually help us become more resilient. Think of anxiety as a challenge that can make us stronger. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He's famous for inventing the light bulb, but he didn't succeed on his first try. In fact, he failed over 10,000 times. Instead of giving up, he used his anxiety and failures as motivation to keep going. He believed that each failure was just a step closer to success. So when you feel anxious, it's like a test of your inner strength. It can push you to become tougher and more determined when facing tough situations. Edison's story shows us that embracing anxiety and learning from failure can help us build the resilience we need to overcome challenges. Leadership, whether in a company, government, or any other area, requires the skill to handle situations when things are unclear and to make difficult choices. Anxiety, which is a feeling of unease or worry, can actually be a powerful motivator for leaders. It pushes them to be watchful, flexible, and understanding. Imagine a leader of a company facing a challenging situation where they don't have all the information they need. Their anxiety about the uncertainty can push them to pay close attention, be ready to change their plans, and show empathy towards their team members who might also be anxious. Similarly, in politics, leaders often have to deal with unpredictable events and make important decisions. Their anxiety can drive them to stay alert, adapt to new circumstances, and show understanding towards the concerns of the people they serve. In simpler terms, anxiety can be like a little voice in a leader's head that says, "Be careful, be ready for anything, and be kind to others." So it can actually be a helpful force in leadership when managed in a positive way. As you conclude your journey through the intricate relationship between anxiety and greatness, you must recognize that this transformation is not instantaneous. It is a lifelong journey, an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. Anxiety is the key to greatness because it compels you to confront your fears, push your boundaries, and strive for excellence. It is the crucible in which resilience is forged, creativity blossoms, and leadership takes root. Embracing anxiety means acknowledging its presence in your life and using it as a source of inspiration rather than a source of despair. So the next time anxiety knocks on the door of your mind, remember that it is not your enemy, but a potent ally waiting to propel you toward greatness. Embrace it, channel it, and let it guide you on your remarkable journey to becoming the best version of yourself. In this partnership with anxiety, you will discover the true essence of greatness, not as an unattainable destination, but as a continuous and transformative journey. May your journey be filled with light, joy, and self-awareness. If you are still with me, please support me by sharing and commenting.